Steward. I'm a musician, artist, author, broadcaster, and Harry's a stunt bat. Right now we're sat in the home of Oily Cart, which is a theatre company that creates sensory theatre, so theatre that stimulates all the different senses. I'm autistic and I teach teachers and other professionals about autism. I'm also a musician. I played the trumpet. I've had pieces played on BBC Radio 3 as well as playing festivals, and I run a night called Robyn's Rocket at Cafe OTO in East London. One of the main things about Robyn's Rocket for me, the reason I wanted to do it was because I wanted people with and without learning disabilities and autistic people to meet in a space as equals and spend time together, because I think that reduces stigma. I have a BBC podcast that I co-host with Jamie Knight called 1800 Seconds on Autism. I've written 3 books, one about safety, one about periods, and one about self-employment for autistic people. And I learnt the trumpet from the age of 8. Then I joined a beginners big band at Morley College, and I started to make music and then send it to venues that I wanted to play at, and some of them said yes. I asked people that I knew that ran bands if they would have me as a support act. Basically, I guess you'd say I hustled. And I think that is an important part of being a creative. You've got to be able to tell people what you do in a confident way and be able to ask for what you want. I've lived in Wandsworth for over 10 years. It's a lovely borough to live in. Got lots of green leafy spaces. I feel like it's mostly a very safe borough. Why I like working in Wandsworth is I feel like we have a lot of really positive resources. There's a scrap store that's actually not far away from Oily Cart, it's in Tooting. And there you can buy a yearly membership, and then you can go and pick up art materials that people have left and make stuff with it. Another great thing about Wandsworth is that there's a local school that Oily Cart works with called Linden Lodge School, and it's a special needs school, and it's fantastic to work with them. I do the creative stuff, but I also do the autism training, and I really like the fact that helps people and makes a difference. And you have to be self-disciplined, you have to be willing to put the work in, you have to work hard on your own, as well as being able to work with other people. So yeah, it's great fun, doing a show for young people, but the rehearsal period might be 5 weeks long. You have to have your goal in mind, what it is that you want to do, and then do whatever it is that you have to do to make that happen. Now I'm working on my 4th book for autistic people about leaving home and living away from your parents. I am doing the audio book version of my self-employment book. I'm also working with a charity called Heart and Soul, who we're collaborating with the Health Foundation, and our project is improving the healthcare system for people with learning disabilities and autistic people. Well, you've got your practice as an artist. As a trumpet player, I have to play every day to do my scales, and then you've got obviously looking after your equipment. That's a responsibility. Going out and finding work, either applying through websites like artsjobs.org.uk or through Wandsworth Council's website if they've got call-outs, or Googling, asking around, going to networking events, joining a union. Obviously then there's doing the work yourself, and then there's also like the admin side of it, writing invoices, doing your bookkeeping, getting an accountant. I think also you have a responsibility to look after yourself as well, so like you have to find a way of taking time off once in a while so that you can replenish yourself. You also have to bear in mind that if you get ill, you have to take time off work, and you have to have the money to support yourself through that. I would say you don't necessarily need any qualifications. I don't have a degree, I don't have any GCSEs. I have a national diploma in art and design. I think it's more about your attitude and vision. Like, I think having a can-do, like, I can do this. Sometimes an idea you have might seem completely ridiculous, but you just have to test things out and see what is possible, and believe in yourself. I think having communication skills will really help you as a creative, whether that's written or spoken. I think also mentoring can be really important. So there are lots of mentoring schemes, so you might want to have a look at the Princess Trust, for example. I learnt about a guitar pedal called the TC Helicon, which is a blue pedal, and you can use it to do harmonies. It's supposed to be for voice, but you can also use it for trumpet or any other instrument really. A creative portfolio, and to try and network with other people that are doing things that you want to do that are maybe a few years ahead of you. To take what Robyn's Rocket is and to apply it to big venues like Scala in London or O2 Arena, like places like that. Robyn's Rocket is about being inclusive conscious, so it's about including people in a very conscious way, and I'd like that philosophy to be applied to more venues because I think more people could come and join in and have fun. And everyone should be allowed to be able to go to live music and theatre. And there's been some work around relaxed performances and stuff, but I'd like to find a way of embedding inclusive practice into live performing spaces. I'm a disabled artist. Most of my disabilities are hidden. You wouldn't know to look at me that I'm autistic. What I'd like you to know is that being a disabled person doesn't mean you can't work in the creative industry. That can give you a different perspective that other people wouldn't have, and that makes you sellable, that makes you valuable because it's different to everybody else. I discovered that there are other ways of learning music. You can actually learn it by ear. I guess that I had to have the self-confidence that I could be an artist. I think also for a long time I didn't have any contract work that was really regular, but now I'm a creative associate with Heart and Soul, and that gives me a regular monthly income, and that stability has really helped me. I think also getting work with Oily Cart, where you've got a contract and it's quite a long time and you know that you're going to have that money coming in, I think that's really helpful. So my role models are Andy Diagram, who's a trumpet player, David Bowie, because he always had a plan, and my friend Rosie Ridgway, who does loads of creative stuff, and my friend Ben Connors, who's a visual artist.